What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Uprooted Network. And of course, today is Manifest Mondays, my favorite segment, y'all's apparently favorite segment too. And I'm so excited to be back. Do me a favor, go to the link in my bio and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Everybody's like, oh, you should be on YouTube. You should be on Spotify. I'm on all of those things. Do me a favor, you could pause this if you want to. Click the link in my bio and make sure that you are subscribed to my YouTube page, please. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers so I can really start functioning over there. And I would really just love. Okay. And of course, my mom tries to call me as soon as I start. So, like I said, y'all, it's Manifest Mondays. I would love y'all's support so much to help me grow on YouTube, Spotify, and everywhere else that you can stream. So all those links are in the bio. And of course, today I'm talking about support. So what an ask, right? I just want y'all to figure out the ways y'all can support me. The other way you could do that is send this to a couple of your friends. Do me a favor. Oh gosh. I hope you guys can hear me. My mom keeps calling me, so hopefully she's okay. So yes, I am here today to talk to y'all about what it means to really have love and support in your life. And I had a harder week last week. I know I did a story time with everybody, kind of giving you guys a little bit more about why I started Uprooted, where that came from, and I hope that y'all were able to learn from that. I know it wasn't an easy journey for me and my family, and I know that a lot of y'all are currently going through similar things. Like just in this last week, I've heard so many people losing their family members, their friends. My heart is going out to the Denver community right now. I did have the privilege of meeting Elias a few times, and he really was such a sweet soul and a passionate person. And I know that everyone is hurting right now. So I'm sending all types of love and support your way. And I want to talk about what that means, because I know that for me in my journey, as y'all see me on here, I'm always trying to help people. I'm always trying to uplift people. And it's such a hard journey sometimes. I know that I'm very deeply empathetic. Honestly, everybody is empathetic. We all have some level of it, right? And the only difference is how much you're willing to tap into it, because it's so difficult when you can feel other people's pain, and you just want to take it away, and you just want to help them, and you just want to make their lives better. It's so difficult. And I know that like the easiest thing to do is just turn it off, to look the other way, and I did that for a long time. I had an armor up for a long time. And what happens when you have that armor up is that you also stop yourself from receiving that love and support as well. So for today, what I really want us to start thinking about is, how can we do this in healthy ways? What are those boundaries looking like? And what's the difference between supporting somebody and taking on their issues? So I think that is really the key of why people kind of disconnect, right? There's so much hurt and pain going around the world all the time. But there's also so much love and light happening in the world all the time. So you can lean into any direction you want. What I like to do is I take whatever bad stuff comes in and I try to alchemize that, and I try to turn that into a positive if I can. Where's the silver lining? I heard this phrase earlier, like, you can't have a testimony without a test. When I tell you, I done been tested so many times. I'm currently being tested right now. If you can't really see my setup, but I got an ice pack on my back. I am like, I have to sit extra propped up. I'm still, in recovery from different things. And it's such a difficult journey. And I have, over the years, now that I'm 30, I can say I'm old. Not really old, but I'm older and wiser, is that I've had different types of friendships, familial relationships, just different type of relationships in my life that I've been able to start to see the difference between when I feel supported and when I don't. And I think the key for me has been, like, for instance, my best friend, shout out to you, Everseen girl. We have such a bond. Like, that is really my sister, and I got to celebrate her birthday this weekend and spend all types of time with her. It was so lovely. And we're both going through different seasons. And mind y'all, this is a 16-year friendship. Okay, we've known each other since sophomore year of high school. I am definitely, actually I already aged myself, so it doesn't matter. And support throughout that time has looked different. So if she was here, she would tell you, at the beginning of our friendship, I think that I look like I have it together all the time. Y'all tell me that, because I'll sit here and cry and be all snot-nosed and ugly and shit on here, and somehow people still think I have it together. And I'm just like, I don't know where y'all get that from. But that's been a running theme in my life, that I kind of carry things really well. And so a lot of the times in the beginning of our relationship, it was a lot of me giving advice, me trying to tell her how to do things and, fix this. And what I realized was that I was also avoiding my issues because it was so much easier to, like, be the supportive friend and deal with their issues, and make sure she's good. All the while I had my own things going on. And she'll tell you that too. And so it, over the years, has transformed into a more reciprocal relationship, but that required me to be honest. It required me to be vulnerable. It required me to let her in so that she could also support me. And what that means is, like, no, we are not responsible for each other's life. Like, I can't necessarily take away all your pain, but I can hold your hand through it. I can definitely give you a hug. I can definitely cry with you and validate your feelings. And what we had to start to realize is, like, wait a minute. When you say you need me here, what does that support actually look like? Is that what support is to you? Or were you looking for, like, can somebody financially help you? Were you looking for somebody that was going to literally take on your problems and do it for you? So we had to start defining what that meant for each other in our lives. And I've carried that throughout all my other relationships. Because in the past, like I said, I would literally see somebody and they're going through something, and I would immediately take it on as if it was my responsibility. And I would be sitting here just so heavy in other people's emotions and feelings, and it was so difficult. So I would just try to turn it off. But that didn't work. So coming back now, I'm like, okay, let's start to define some of these things in these relationships before we get our feelings hurt and before we have these expectations that are unspoken, because that was literally the downfall of so many different relationships for me. And now it's just like, okay, I love you, best friend. How do I show up for you? What does that look like right now? And then the other piece of that is, what is your capacity to help? Like, most of us, if we're being honest, we don't have the answers to damn near anything. We are trying. We are actively trying every day. I say this all the time. Adulting is ghetto. It is ghetto. Shout out to one of my other favorite podcasts, Getting Grown. It is ghetto. And we're every day trying to figure out this balance of, like, am I taking care of everything that I need to take care of? Because that list is long. And sometimes you just don't have the capacity to do any more than what you're doing. You just sending the text message of, hey, I'm thinking of you. I'm sending you some energy and some light. Like, that might be all that's left of your capacity. But guess what? You still gave it. And when your friends understand that about you, right, they're going to take that, and they're going to understand that that's way more valuable because they know where you're at, and they know that you don't even have the capacity to show up any other way. So for me, loving support is reciprocity, right? It's being open to understanding that that person does love you and they're showing up in every way that they can, and that you guys have open communication and like on both ends are speaking about what your expectations are of each other. Because sometimes people think they're supporting me by, I don't know, like, I'm trying to think of a good example. Like, how about this? Right now, I have this podcast, and I've been building this platform with you all. And to me, what looks like loving support is that you're engaging with my content, that you're actually subscribed, right? This is not a shameless plug, but a shameless plug. Like, that you actually have subscribed to my channels, right? Like, that you actively listen to my content, that you engage and let me know, give me feedback. How am I doing? That to me means the world. Maybe you can't afford to buy merch right now, right? That's okay. That's fine. There's plenty of people that I would love to support, but like financially, I'm just not in the place to do it in the way that I want. But I'm going to still support you in any other way that I can. And I think that goes beyond. That goes beyond you purchasing something one time. That's you actively engaging in my life all the time. And in that same token, I also understand that my content isn't for everybody. So even if it's just they're subscribing and sharing and doing those things to help me build, but they can't always engage, as long as that was communicated to me, then we're good. We're solid. I still feel loved and I still feel supported. And I think that I've noticed that during this time, especially with everything that we're going through, how many of us are really like being hurt in relationships. We're losing friends. There's so much going on, and we're just like, how could this person not show up for me? How could this person not be there for me? And we're just getting more and more hurt. And it's just, I want us to take a pause. I want us to take a second to breathe and think about, how am I communicating in these relationships? You know, am I showing up to the best of my ability? Do they know that? Right? Like, that's the key. Do they know that? Because we can't always like be everything to everybody. We can't always be superhero, superwoman. I know that people have this perception of me that like, man, she's this like dope like healer, therapist. They think I just am like that all day, every day. And they forget I have my own problems. I got problems too, right? And I can't always be that way. I'm not going to always show up that way. There are times where I have to disappear too and take care of me. But the difference with my friendships is that we understand that because we are openly communicating that. We are so transparent about where we're at. We don't have those issues. And so for today, for Manifest Mondays, is really, really wanting y'all to have those beautiful, loving, supporting relationships in the way that you want them. Because at the end of the day, we're all human beings, and we're literally hardwired for connection. Like, all we want is to be seen. All we want is to be loved. All we want is to just bask in each other and have all these dope, amazing friendships and be there for one another. Like, we're literally hardwired for this stuff. And in this time, we are constantly having to question where we fall in people's lives, and we're being hurt, and we're going through such hard traumas. We're like losing people that we love every day, every single day. And there's still people here that you get to connect with and love on. And I don't want y'all to miss that opportunity to love on these people, because we're not having healthy communication in our friendships, and we're not expressing to each other like the way we wish that the other person would show up. So I just wanted to share all of that with y'all today, making sure that you're just having a clear understanding of supporting somebody versus taking on all of their stuff. Because It's not your responsibility. It couldn't possibly be. And most of us don't have that capacity right now. We got to be real with ourselves. So what I'm manifesting for y'all on this beautiful, beautiful Monday. And I also, before I even do that, I want to shout out Mele, my sis, my beautiful sis, who I know is going to watch this eventually. I miss you. I love you so much. And that is a beautiful relationship of support, right? There's no crazy expectations. She supports me. I support her. She's doing amazing. Do I expect her to call and check in all the time? Absolutely not, right? So I just want to give that shout out to her. But I really want to spend that time today manifesting for y'all the ability to be transparent, to ask for what you need. I know that's so hard. So I'm really praying and manifesting for y'all that you can at least practice that with one person in your life to get used to the idea that people do love you, that they do want to show up for you, and that you can communicate that and receive it back. It doesn't work 100% of the time, and you have to meet people where they're at, but I want you to at least have the ability to ask for what you need, because so often right now we are suffering in silence. We are upset, we are getting hurt, and we're just not talking about it. And that is making people really deteriorate quickly. Like, people's mental health right now is deteriorating very, very quickly. And I know that if you had the loving relationships that you could have, that you'd be able to survive this. Like, shout out to my global girls. Y'all know my girl Madi posted today. Rem, Betsy, Febu honestly built such a beautiful friendship through these last 2 years that we carry each other like through it all, like offline, right? Like, there's no crazy expectations. We're literally like, just when I see these girls, it's just joy. Go check out Madi's posts, like laugh like on the floor. Just so grateful for those relationships. And I want y'all to have that. I want y'all to have those friends who like make you laugh so hard you think you about to pee, like, you know that you're gonna roll over on the floor, that talk you down when you are going through your very anxious moments of like, man, like, y'all know I be crying, so I'm like, you guys, this is just so hard and I just have so much on my plate, you know. And it's just like, no, baby girl, you got this. Like, you get that pep talk, you get that shoulder to cry on. I want y'all to have that. That's what I'm manifesting for you guys this week. And I want y'all to do me a favor. If you don't have that, if you're struggling, I will try my best with the capacity I have to try and respond to y'all. So please do comment, DM me. Let me know what you're going through. I might be able to connect you to some folks or just give you general advice. I'm not sure. I have it in the link in my bio. If you want me to manifest for you and work on something with you, tell me. Because my heart is so big for y'all. I just don't want to see any more people passing away because of mental health issues. I don't want to see people passing away because they're struggling with addiction and they don't know where to go. I don't want to see that no more. I want y'all to like really be honest and open. And if you guys know people who are struggling through that stuff, just reach out your hand. Just reach out your hand. You know what? Share the podcast with them. Send them a message. You never know. You never know what somebody needs. So please, if you can, just show up in the way that is easiest for you, that you have capacity for, and love on one another. I do see, I'm like, trying to keep up with y'all in the chat. What's up with y'all? Y'all know Manifest Mondays is a shorter segment, so I don't have too much else to say here, but I would like to give an opportunity. Thank you, Hey Juan, baby. Hey, Weezy in the building, you already know. If there's anybody in here who is working on something, would like me to manifest for them, just has a general comment they want to share, whatever it is, go ahead and put it in the chat before I sign off. Again, I really just want us to understand that we have limited capacity, but we are able to show up for one another. And that's the only way that we're going to make it through this journey called life. Because what? Adulting is ghetto. It is. And that's not debatable. Okay? That is not debatable. Okay. I'm not seeing that anybody really needs a manifestation today specifically. So, like I said, y'all, please just go and share some love and positivity everywhere that you can. If you are a praying person, please send your prayers to the Denver community and to everyone who has lost someone. If you have a friend that you don't know how to show up for them, just send them a kind word, send them a kind message, and just be great today. So y'all, happy Monday. I will see y'all. I might be dropping an episode Wednesday. Who knows? I might see y'all Wednesday. But for sure, I will see you next Monday. Thank y'all for riding with me. I appreciate y'all so much. Peace out, y'all.